Good morning, Hope class. Thursday, April 30th. Hope your week's been great so far. Hang in there, just a few more weeks in the summer vacation. I picked up the newspaper this morning, and here's some great news. The beaches are now open. Surf's up. So that's some good news. It looks like the curve's flattening a little bit, and maybe things are starting to get back to normal. So that's all great news, but I have some better news for you. Next Wednesday, May 6th, your Hope class officially ends. Did you hear me? Next Wednesday is your last day of Hope class. And, you probably already know this, there is no final exam. So you are coming down the home stretch, and I just want to encourage you to finish strong. You have a couple more assignments for your Hope class. I want you to go back to FACS/RenWeb and make sure you have all your assignments updated. Class is over next Wednesday. So go into RenWeb, make sure you're not missing any assignments. If you are, yes, I will take them, send them to me so we can get them graded for you and get them into the final grades. So that's the fantastic news. Next Wednesday, last day of Hope class. Woohoo! I know some of you are really, really excited. But you still will have a couple weeks of school left, but it'll give you some opportunity. Don't have to worry about Hope, that you can focus on your other classes. So that's all great news for you. So things are winding down. What we have been talking about this week is motor vehicle safety. And the number one cause of death in your age group is motor vehicle accidents. Lots of reasons why. One, obviously, as you start to drive, you're inexperienced. And, sometimes it's easy to get distracted when we start driving. We got the radio blaring, we want our friends in the car, we're driving, we're texting, we're reading emails and all those kind of things, and we need to stop that. Again, driving a car it's a great responsibility. It's a huge responsibility, and you should not take it lightly. But there's a way to do it safely, and that's what we want. It takes concentration, and you're going to have to be intentional when you get into the car. Realize what you're doing. It's not just getting you from point A to point B. I mean, you're driving something that weighs 4,000, 5,000 pounds, and you're driving this thing 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. If you hit something, something's going to break. Something will break, and we don't want anything to happen to you. So we want you to be great drivers. I know to get your permit and to get your license, you have to go through some testing and all that kind of thing, and that's all wonderful. But it's easy to forget once we get behind the wheel of all those things that we've learned and the precautions that we should take. So this is what I need you to do. I have attached a link, and I'm going to pull it up right now. And let's see if we can pull it up. There we go. Here's a link from the CDC, and it's about teen drivers and get the facts. And I want you to read this. This is attached down below, and it's just going to reiterate, it's an issue. Lots of teenagers die. Lots of teenagers get hurt in car accidents, and we don't want that to happen to you. So I want you to read this article. It's a one-pager, not a big deal, but it'll help just fill in some of the gaps, maybe give you something to think about. When we start talking about risk groups, obviously it's teenagers. It's teenagers when they have passengers in the car. Looking at you, gentlemen, males, you tend to have a greater problem than the females, things like that. And we're inexperienced. We tend to drive too fast. The good news is seat belts is the law right now, that you have to have that. So hopefully most of you, all of you, when you get in the car, you need to put your seatbelt on. We've talked about the influence. Remember that every 15 minutes of drinking and driving. Lots of people die every year. Lots of people die with motor vehicle accidents, and then you start combining alcohol and other drugs. It's not a pretty picture. So we want you to be safe. Nighttime driving is another issue. Lots of people are out on the road. It's in terms of nighttime, and the vision gets a little more difficult to see, and potentially you have more people at nighttime who have been drinking and driving or under the influence of drugs are out driving about. So I want you to read this, and it'll just sort of be a refresher, reminder of the importance of being a safe driver. Also on page 598 to 601 in your textbook, I copied those the other day for you on your Canvas account, so I want you to read those. And then on page 601, there's 3 questions. So I just want you to answer those 3 questions, get those things submitted to me no later than Monday. And Monday will be May 4th. And we'll work out a couple times. I want you to work out on Friday. We'll work out once or twice next week, and then the class is over. So if you need me, I'm here. Just send me an email and I'll get right back to you, and we'll address whatever we need to address with you. But I do want you to read this fact sheet about teenage driving. Please answer the 3 questions on page 601. Go back into Facts, RenWeb, see if you're missing any assignments. Please get those done. Submit them to me, and so we can be updated with your grades next week. All right, so that's all I have for you today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'm sorry. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and then I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.